Paige. Yes, it's your girl Paige back at it again with yet another video for you hoes. Now today's video is a family channel drama video pertaining to a family who have found themselves in a little bit of controversy this week when they made a horrendous April Fool's joke on their child. I'm going to be taking a look at what social media has to say about this whole escapade, as well as my personal thoughts and why they might differ to what people might expect me to think. Before I get into today's video, you guys are always constantly asking me what I have on my lips, literally in every single video, and I use like one of 3 brands. So I've been using Holly Boone Cosmetics lip glosses recently. I've been using Gerard Cosmetics liquid hydro matte lipsticks, as well as Makeup Academy lipsticks, but I don't tend to use them as well because I've kind of fallen in love with Jen Gerard's formula. So I'm now focusing mainly on just wearing the hydro matte lipstick. And because of that, Jen Gerard has become a dear friend to me, so I did reach out to her and see if we could get a coupon code for the Petty Paige channel, so that if you guys wanted to purchase anything from Gerard Cosmetics, that you would be able to get a discount as like a thank you from me and Jen for noticing the Hydra Matte lipstick. Today I'm wearing the colour 1995, and you can find that on GerardCosmetics.com. And make sure that you use code PettyPaige at checkout for 30% off everything, excluding sale items. And before anybody asks, no, this is not an affiliate link. I'm not getting any kind of commission or anything like that. A lot of people were reading Jen for some reason saying, well, she should be giving her some money so she's doing all this promotion. And I completely understand what you guys are saying, but this was actually just something I wanted to do for you guys, not something that I necessarily wanted to profit from. I'm sure if I'd have asked to be a part of some kind of affiliate program, she would have had no problem doing it. It's just a choice that I made. So for the time being, it may change in the future, we never know. But for the time being, this particular code is going to stay affiliate free. Anyway, with that being said, let's get into today's drama straight after this intro. Y'all ready? Let go, bitch.
Most of these bitches is petty, 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 petty. Most of these bitches is petty.
Hello everyone, welcome. Hi. I'd like to start off today's video by using a really prolific quote that I had heard from Sav and Cole. They said something that really struck home to me, that really made me realise where the priorities in life lie. And that goes as follows. It goes, taking candy is psychological trauma to kids, but getting rid of their dog is just a prank. I know. Hit me real here. It became real to me. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about Savannah and Cole, who are part of the channel The LaBrant family, and they found themselves in a little bit of controversy this week after doing a prank on their daughter where they pretended like they were going to be giving her pet away. This was quite a polarising situation that's happened, because on one hand there's half of social media going, it's just a prank, chill the hell out, and the other half of social media are calling out this family and the parents for psychological trauma of their child. Before we get into the ins and outs of the drama, I'm going to be breaking down who Sav and Cole, aka the LaBrant family, are for you in 60 seconds. The LaBrant fam are a family vlogging channel that consists of 26-year-old Savannah, 6-year-old Eveleigh, 22-year-old Cole, and 3-month-old Posey. Oh, and let's not forget their dog, Carl. The family started a YouTube vlog channel by the name of Sav and Cole before eventually renaming the channel to the LaBrant family. Cole, who is originally from Alabama, first shot to stardom or notoriety on social media for being part of the Vine comedy group Them White Boys with a Z. Yeah, I know, that actually happened. Besides running the family vlog channel, he has extremely successful social medias, as well as over 7 million people on his TikTok. Savannah, who is originally from California, originally shot to social media stardom for being a fashion blogger. Her Instagram account boasts over 5 million followers, mainly because she turned her talents as a professional photographer into being a highly successful blogger on Instagram. Right, now that we know who Cole and Sav is, aka the LaBrant family, let's get straight into it. Okay, so just to put you guys into the loop, this is how the whole situation came about. So Sav and Cole on the 1st of April 2019 decided to put out an April Fool's video, and it was their regular long-winded vlog videos that they usually do. In this video, everybody pulls a couple of pranks. For instance, Eveleigh plays a prank on her mum where she hides in a suitcase and then jumps out and scares her mother.
Okay guys, so I'm in a suitcase, my dance suitcase, pretty small, but so I'm gonna be in the suitcase and I'm gonna pop right out and scare my mom.
It's genius.
Oh! Oh,
Later on that afternoon, Cole ended up being a part of a prank when Eveleigh threw some water on him.
It's been a very lazy day here, and as you guys can see, my shirt got all wet because we've been having prank wars today. We just kind of put the camera away, and Eveleigh ended up pouring some stuff on my shirt.
But the final half of the video, I'd say the majority half of the video, was literally showing this horrible, horrendous prank that the parents had both played on Eveleigh. Basically saying that they were going to be taking their daughter's dog away. And in the description box for this video, they left the comment, "We didn't think Eveleigh would react this bad."
I know, wild, right? It's almost like she loves her dog.
Anyway, this is how the whole situation played out. Take a look at this. So Cole basically turns around and said that they have to turn the camera over to Eveleigh as they had some bad news that they wanted to share with her.
We just had to inform her of some bad news, some sad news that she didn't know about. And we kind of thought that she already knew, but we hadn't told her.
At this point, he says that Savannah told Eveleigh about the situation.
And Savannah told her the sad news.
So whilst Evelyn is face planted into the couch, crying her heart out, then Cole decides that he's gonna stick a camera in her face and make her talk to the audience and express exactly how she feels.
Ev, you want to talk? You okay? You okay? Come here.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? What's the matter, Ev? Come here. Come here. You want to tell him what's wrong, Ev? What's wrong, Ev?
After asking her repeatedly if she would want to tell the vlog, Savannah turns around and says that they have to give away their dog because they don't feel as if they are giving it enough support and love and care that the dog presently needs.
We haven't even told the vlog yet. You want to tell the vlog? No? You want your mama to?
Well, baby's sad too.
Carl, come here. Carl, come here.
So, we have kind of been discussing Carl lately. There's a few reasons for why we are doing what we're doing. And basically, we're giving Carl away to somebody else because we feel like we can't take good enough care of him at our house. We feel like we're always gone, we're always filming, or we're out and about, or at dance competitions all day, or, you know, we're always just busy doing stuff, number one. Second, he poops and pees all over our house all the time. And, like, we leave for, like, we'll have to leave for, like, 8 hours at a time once, and he'll just poo and pee all over the place.
Evelyn is still sitting there, cuddling her dog, not knowing quite what it is to do with herself. Then, just as Evelyn's bottom lip begins to quiver, that's when they pull the April Fools.
Everybody's really sad. And
We're gonna let her give him away to whoever she wants. Who would you want to give Carl away to, Ev? Are you gonna miss him? So, also, the last thing that we wanted to tell you is that tomorrow is April Fool's.
this is our April Fool's video.
We're
We need to keep Carl.
We're keeping Carl.
Evelyn is very understandably upset and then decides to push them off while simultaneously doing that like slow cry that kids do. I love that slow cry. Like, not that I'm sadistic or anything, but I love that slow cry that
Oh, she's so
Oh, don't be mad at me.
And after that point, Cole turns around and goes, too far? Maybe. Maybe it could be a little bit too far for a young lady of her age. Maybe.
Too far?
But then qualifies the whole situation by turning around saying, Evelyn, you just threw water on me a few hours ago. That is completely and totally reasonable. Evelyn, you threw water all over me. I'm going to take away your dog, the only thing that you love in this world. Fair? Too far?
Too far? Too far? Have you literally poured water on my shirt 2 seconds ago?
Yeah, we were always seeing each other.
And then followed that by, we were literally pranking each other all day. Yes, that's right, Evelyn. You hid in a suitcase and popped up and jump scared your mum. We're taking away your dog. We might have to put it down. I'm sorry. Later on in the video, Eveleigh decides to get her quote-unquote revenge by giving them some ice cream with some mustard in it.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna put this on mustard.
That's right, there's some emotional fuckery for you too, Dad. I think personally speaking, if she wanted to match a level of trauma that she experienced, she should have done something like, oh, I don't know, sneak into their parents' bedroom whilst they're both asleep and then cut her mother's hair off. I don't know, maybe like throw their wedding rings down the toilet and flush promptly. You know, take away something that means something to the pair of them. Because, you know, it's April Fools. Anyway, shortly after this whole entire situation, Cole and Sav decided to put out an apology video. In the apology video, they were basically saying that they aren't bad parents, and added that with the ever so well-known vlog get out of jail free card, which is, you only see a portion of our lives. You don't see the whole thing. So you don't know what happens. We only show you 10%.
We're young parents and we put all of our lives out on social media for the most part. I mean, I say all of our lives, but obviously we're doing 15-minute videos 3 days a week, so you guys are seeing bits and pieces, and we're gonna make mistakes. So we do apologize. We are gonna make more mistakes in the future. We hope to learn from this.
Which, yeah, is 100% true, but also, you chose what 10% to show us. That was a choice and decision that you made.
And obviously, we know that it can look bad and come across as
And
bad.
obviously, we know it's something that we could have not put out on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I think that we film our whole lives. That's just like what we signed up for. And so we always are putting out little perfect videos of our perfect family and so happy, and we felt like this was one where it's like, this is really what happened. Like, here you guys go. It's not perfect, but this is what happened. And we thought about not putting it up there, and we thought about telling Eveleigh just to act and just do it with us instead of getting the reaction that we actually got.
This was just real and
But
raw.
this was just real, and so
we thought it was, and we honestly thought it was a little funny.
But then Cole decides to make up a huge, what I think is a lie, in regards to how this whole prank came to be. According to him, the prank was intended for the audience.
So, we were going to April Fool's you guys. That was the whole plan, was Savannah and I had talked, we wanted to April Fool's you guys with something, so we thought we're going to tell them that we're giving Carl away, because we know how much you guys love Carl, we love Carl, we all love Carl, so we're going to say that we're giving him away. April Fools, you know, we're not giving them away.
And allegedly, Eveleigh had overheard them discussing what they had planned to do as part of their prank. Then they decided to turn on the camera because they found her crying.
And as we're talking, Eveleigh overhears us talking in the other room, and she buries her face into a pillow and starts crying.
But wait, in the original video, didn't you say that Savannah had told Eveleigh what had happened?
And Savannah told her the sad news.
So how did she overhear a conversation, but it was Savannah who said it? Make that shit make sense. And also, side note, how was the prank going to be on the audience if the whole entire prank ended up being the child's reaction? So you did the child's reaction to this distressing news to prank the audience. Then they go on to say, and that's why we said in the video, we don't know if she's serious or not, because she knew we were going to prank you guys at some point.
And that's why, like, in the video, we, like, say we don't know if she's, like, serious or if she believes us or if she knows because we've been April Foolsing each other all day. She knows that we're going to prank you guys with something. But I think just kind of like hearing that maybe took her by surprise. So I pulled the camera out and started filming because I don't know if she's like trying to trick us by fake crying or something.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I'm kind of like asking her what's wrong, and she comes up and she's really crying. And so this is why I think that we were in the wrong. We just kind of rolled with it.
So basically, that Eveleigh was aware that there was going to be a prank on the audience at some point, but they hadn't necessarily told her what the prank was. So when they realised that she was crying for realsies and it was an act, then they decided to stop. But that also doesn't make sense because then you continue to prolong the joke by saying we're terrible dog owners. The reason that we're getting rid of the dog is because we don't feel like we can look after it properly, etc. You prolonged that joke to your daughter. Y'all knew that she thought it was real when you saw her crying, but you still decided to film that and post that on the internet.
We feel like we can't take good enough care of him at our house. Like we're always gone, we're always filming, or we're out and about, or at dance competitions all day. He poops and pees all over our house all the time. And like we leave for like, we'll have to leave for like 8 hours at a time once, and he'll just poo and pee all over the place. It's so bad. We feel like he needs someone that can like take him outside more often. A big like gate that goes around the whole house, and it's so big, it's like 2 acres, that we feel like he would just get lost in our backyard and get through the little gates.
Well, the gate has little ridges that he could fit through and escape. And
this is where I think
we rolled with it, and even in the video you can see I'm like too far, because I think we knew that maybe she was seriously.
She actually thought we were serious.
Yeah, she was for real.
After this whole situation went on, there was pretty much a polarizing divide within social media. On Twitter, there was a lot of people who were understanding of the whole situation. Yes, it was just a prank. You guys need to calm down. And on the opposite end, there was a lot of people saying, no, this is emotional trauma and it needs to be stopped and reported. Here are a couple of screenshots that we were able to find on social media. Take a look. As you can see, there is a very, very clear divide about what people think. And also, to add insult to injury, as this whole situation blew up and became a part of mainstream media, publications such as Inside Edition had decided to get a child development professional involved in the psychology behind pranks like this and why they shouldn't be done. Take a look at what Inside Edition had to say.
We need to reflect on why would grown-ups put children in that situation, and how can such a situation disrupt important factors of child development, such as trust, attachment, predictability, consistency, security, safety.
Clinical psychologist Dr. Asmira Maker believes even though it was just an April Fool's joke,
We're keeping calm.
she says it's important to understand just how fragile kids can be when it comes to these kinds of pranks.
Children who have situations like this may begin to feel, wow, the world could fall apart tomorrow, the sky could fall down, good things in my life could suddenly be taken away from me, bad things can happen. And is that really the message we want to be giving kids at such a young age?
Dr. Maker says kids should be able to feel safe at all times with their parents.
We want to make sure that children know they have control over their situation. We want to make sure that children know that they have good choices. And we want to make sure that children understand that grown-ups aren't going to create or foster anxiety-provoking situations for them.
So during this quote-unquote apology video, there was a lot of excuses that were made by Cole and Sav. Cole just kept spewing out stuff like, we're young, you know, we're only a few years young. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, you're 22. And you get like a semi-bly, but you're also a father, so you don't get a bly to me. And on the opposite end of the scale, Savannah's 26 years old. She is a year younger than me. No, there is no excuse, my sweetheart. And then eventually they flip the script. Do a script flip. Flipping the script, yo. On their subscribers, they decided to say our mistakes are out there on the internet, but you guys' aren't. And to that I say, you are 100% right. We all remember the whole situation that happened a few months ago with the Ace family, where the father of the Ace family had decided to take out his niece They ended up in a store, I don't know if it's a sex store or whatever, but they ended up in a store that sold penis-shaped lollipops. And he decided to post that on Snapchat for public consumption so that everybody could see that he'd bought a small child a penis lolly.
You love what? Oh, God. You don't need that. Come here. Show Catherine what you have in your hand. Show Catherine. Show her. She said it's a lollipop.
Now, I kind of feel like a lot of parents may make these jokes. However, on the flip side, not every single parent is putting that on social media. Not every single parent is putting it on Facebook, on Twitter, etc., etc. In the small few months that I have been pregnant, I am beginning to realize that literally the Mothers Brigade will hunt you down and kill you for making any decision that is not what they deem as correct. So putting yourself up in that manner on social media where you can make bad decisions or, you know, judgment calls that other people wouldn't necessarily make, and you could be deemed as a bad parent, a bad father, a bad whatever because of it. However, I don't want to get this misconstrued. I don't really necessarily think that this is anything like the Daddy of Five situation, where it was prolonged emotional and physical abuse for a long period of time. This was one instance that they had made a bad judgment call within the comfort of their own home, and they'd lied to their child and maybe made their child develop quote-unquote trust issues. But then I think to myself, what about all of the rest of the lies that we tell our children? For instance, at this very moment in time, I am still debating whether I want to lie to my child and tell them that Santa Claus is real. I know, shocker, he's not real, guys. I know, they should have came with a trigger warning, I do apologise. But I'm debating whether I should say Santa Claus is not real, he is fake, but Mummy and Daddy love you so much, we're going to give you gifts anyway. Or the other option is to lie with the rest of the parents and pretend that this unknown being comes and creeps into your house, which is apparently completely normal, and leaves gifts for you under your Christmas tree. Apparently that's the status quo, but we lie to our children anyway all the time. As a lot of you guys know, I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so because of that, around the age that my mum had made the executive decision to become a Jehovah's Witness and that everybody in her family would be a Jehovah's Witness alongside her, my mum then went on to tell me that Santa Claus wasn't real, that the Easter Bunny wasn't real, and that the Tooth Fairy wasn't real, all at 6 years old. Now that is very traumatizing to a 6-year-old, whether you choose to believe it or not. When the realization actually hits them that everything that they had been told by their parents was a lie, I had so many questions. I was like, well,
what about that night that you said you thought you heard Santa? Were you lying to me then?
She's like, yeah, I was lying to you then too, Paige.
What about the Easter Bunny leaving all of those Easter eggs?
Yep, I was lying to you then, Paige.
What about when the Tooth Fairy had left me money? I actually felt them leave me money in my sleep. And I woke up in the morning and there was a £5 note. You're telling me that you lied to me then, Mother?
She's like, yeah, I lied to you then. I gently lifted you up, I put the money underneath your pillow, and I left the room. That is very, very traumatizing, but we lie to our kids all the time. But these are all judgment calls that we make as individuals, that we make as parents, just because the outcome of these situations, like the Easter Bunny, you get chocolate Easter eggs. With Santa Claus, you get loads of presents. With the Tooth Fairy, you get loads of money. Just because the outcome is financial or beneficial to the child doesn't mean that that lack of trust isn't ingrained into them. Because it took me a long time to trust anything that my mum had to say after being told that this was complete and utter bullshit. And it was a shock to the system. So no, I don't necessarily feel like condemning these parents for making one bad judgment call is the way to go about it. However, on the flip side, just like with the Ace family, not everything that you do should be on social media. And I kind of feel like they're old enough, wise enough, and smart enough to know that that situation is going to be very triggering for a lot of other parents, kids, adults, whatever. It's going to be triggering. Because in essence, nobody likes to see a child cry. I mean, I know for me and my mum personally, we've played some pranks on my auntie's kids that have probably damaged them for the rest of their lives. I'm joking. But we told my little cousin, who is now, 23 years old? We told him that his father was Jackie Chan and that his dad wasn't his real dad. And he genuinely believed that he was part Chinese. That was a fun year. We told my other little cousin, who is now 14 years old or 13 years old, we told her that she was an alien because the rest of us had innie belly buttons and she had an outie belly button. And that because she had an outie belly button, that she wasn't a part of the family and she's an alien and the aliens were going to come and take her away. Also, she's turned out to be a beautiful young lady and she's fine. And that also was a really good year. But these aren't on social media. Watching my cousin cry as she sits there going, when are they going to come for me? Sitting there watching her cry is not up for public consumption. That was for our personal benefit. And watching my mixed race cousin question his race his entire life and the fact that he might be part Chinese, and that makes sense why his father is white and his mother is black and he's this in-between colour just like Jackie Chan. After having him question his core beliefs, that too wasn't up for public consumption. Nobody put it on Facebook, nobody put it on Twitter, nobody put it on YouTube. It's just not available. It was our personal joke. So the same way that the dad in the Ace family could have had that private little joke between him and his sister about the niece and the lollipop, it didn't need to be everybody's business on Snapchat, because now people are going to judge you. And the same goes with the LaBrant family, is that they played a joke about the dog and seeing her all distressed, realising that her dog was going to disappear. That whole situation didn't need to be for public consumption in that same way. They could have had that joke, filmed that joke if they wanted to for themselves, but kept that joke to themselves, because distressing kids on the internet is a dicey game to play. But do I think it's emotional abuse? Do I think that they're harmful parents? No. I think that possibly at the very least it was a bad judgment call on their behalf. Anyway, that's about it for today's video. Tell me what it is that you guys think about this whole entire situation. Have you played pranks on your children before? Have your kids burst out into tears in that same way? Do you think that this is abusive and maybe on par with Daddy of 5 and it's just the prank, bruh? Tell me what it is that you guys think in the comment section down below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you like it, if you don't, I don't give a shit anyway. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification with the bell so that you guys get a notification every single time that Petty Paige posts new content. I personally think that in some way or another, whether we like it or not, white lies or lies are told by parents to children a lot. And there is a lot in this world that I feel that kids could find traumatic, but this probably isn't it. For me personally, in my humble opinion, but feel free to enlighten me. But in essence, I don't find these two people bad parents. Just parents who make bad judgment calls, who are on social media, who feel like everything is for the universe and not necessarily for each other. I would be personally more concerned within their family relationship that their kid can just be a kid instead of a performing monkey for social media. I'm more concerned about the fact that she was aware that there was some kind of joke that was going to happen, allegedly, and that they genuinely thought when they put the camera to her face that she was ready to quote-unquote perform. That worries me, that she puts on a performance like that instead of just being herself and being a kid, you know? And discovering who she really is instead of who her parents want her to be and who social media wants her to be. But that's just my personal opinion, and don't take my opinion for it. And always remember to form your own, because I'm just Petty. Bye!